Police in the Piedmont are cracking down on fast drivers while they say using a pen is the quickest way to make it happen. Good morning, I'm Brad Jones.
And I'm Cindy Farmer. Good morning to you. It's Tuesday, September 22nd. Hey, thanks for starting your day with us. This is the first day of fall, by the way. Not really going to feel like it, though. You know, when your health and your family's health is on the line, you deserve to get some answers. So find out why some people in the Piedmont pretty angry about how a sewage spill is being addressed.
Plus, a break could be on the way if you're getting unemployment benefits. Tell you about a bill that could extend those benefits. First, let's talk about your forecast. Good morning.
Good morning. Take a look at Winston-Salem. We have mostly cloudy skies outside, and yeah, it's going to be a nice mild start to the day. It's 63 degrees right now at Smith Reynolds Airport with calm winds and visibility not a problem. For the bus stop this morning, expect mostly cloudy skies, 60 to 65 for the kids as they're headed off to school. Coming home in the afternoon, 76 to 81 degrees with a chance of thunderstorms. Just a little note, Guilford County is on an early release day today, so it'll be a little bit cooler as those kids are headed home.
Topping our news this half hour, the U.S. Department of Justice will not pursue a case of racial discrimination against the city of Greensboro.
Well, it started 4 years ago when 39 black officers filed suit against the city. Federal officials investigated, but recently told the city attorney they will not pursue the case any further. Fox 8's Nicole Ferguson talked to some of the people involved.
It's been a long 4 years for many officers in the Greensboro Police Department. 4 years filled with allegations of harassment, racism, mistreatment, and it's still not over.
This is something that spun out of control from the former city manager. It never should have happened. It's a shame. It's torn this city apart.
In the latest development, the Department of Justice told the city Friday it has decided not to pursue a civil suit on behalf of 39 black officers who have alleged discrimination, saying they were pictured in the so-called Black Book that ultimately led to the resignation of Police Chief David Ray. Over the summer, an attorney with the DOJ met with Scott Sanders, one of the officers accused of discriminating against black officers during internal police investigations. Sanders and his attorney say the interview with the DOJ attorney was a voluntary move on Sanders' part.
The thing that's bothered me throughout this is bringing transparency and the truth to light. And I just felt better if I had the opportunity to explain all that to her.
It's a move Sanders and his attorney Seth Cohen say potentially saved the city of Greensboro a lot of money in defending themselves.
If the Department of Justice had brought the Title VII claim itself, then they would have paid all the expenses for these officers. They would have brought to bear the power of the federal government.
While a second civil suit is pending, Sanders, who's been cleared of criminal charges, wants the city to reimburse him for thousands of dollars in attorney fees so far.
I've got sufficient financial responsibilities that I've had to take care of myself, whereas other officers have been provided legal representation in the same incident, and I would like the city to just treat me fairly, just like everybody else.
Nicole Ferguson, Fox 8 News.
Yesterday, we tried to get in contact with the attorney for the 39 officers who are plaintiffs in that civil suit. Our calls were not returned. Meanwhile, Mayor Yvonne Johnson says the council will consider reimbursement for Sanders should it come up in a closed session. Continuing coverage now about an environmental disaster surrounding High Rock Lake that has lots of people talking. Over the summer, nearly 16 million gallons of raw sewage spilled into the water. Well, the city of Thomasville has already claimed responsibility. Last night, city council members held a meeting to address the concerns of those in the community. Yadkin Riverkeeper Dean Nalyux asked for a public meeting to be held where people would be advised about the city's actions and the health precautions. Unfortunately, many were turned away without any real answers.
You've raised your question, so
the public has a right to know about
this. If you can take your seat, we'll move forward.
Are you going to give a public hearing so that the people in High Rock Lake who are
Mr. City Attorney, is it not that we have a public forum for the purpose of 2 minutes?
So we have to get back on the agenda. Request to get on the agenda.
Sir, your time has expired. If we can move forward,
no,
please.
Sir. I said the city manager will be in touch with you about your concerns.
I'm just not comfortable moving from the podium till you agree to some kind of public
The
hearing.
next person that...
Well, the Environmental Protection Agency is doing a criminal investigation into the matter. Meanwhile, Thomasville city leaders are testing samples from High Rock Lake.
Police now know the identity of a body found at Salem Lake. That information isn't being released, though, until the victim's family has been notified. Last week, a Winston-Salem Parks and Recreation worker told police they found an overturned boat in the lake. At that time, search crews couldn't find anything else. Then yesterday evening, a body was recovered from the lake. It's now been sent to Chapel Hill for an autopsy.
Police at UNC Greensboro are increasing their patrol routes after 2 robberies at off-campus apartment buildings. The first robbery happened about 9 o'clock Sunday night on Granite Street, where police say someone robbed a pizza delivery man and then shot at his car as he drove away. Then a few minutes later, police say 2 men with a gun robbed a student at his car outside of the Campus Crossing apartments. Police say both robberies involved 2 men who were driving a red Nissan pickup truck.
It's not like we're in like a scary place or anything like that, so it was really like, are you really pulling a gun out at me right here?
Police say they normally see a spike in crime near campus when the students return to school each fall.
A Yadkin County school bus driver is facing charges after a crash yesterday. State Highway Patrol says the bus driver made a left turn in front of a car at the intersection of Center Road and Fall Creek Church Road. 8 students had minor injuries. The driver of the car was also injured. The bus driver is now charged with making an unsafe movement.
The next time you head to Greensboro, you may want to think twice before putting the pedal to the metal. That's because officers are cracking down on speeding drivers on Wendover Avenue. Now, the speed limit's only 45, but officers say they have stopped people going anywhere from 10 to 41 miles over the limit. Not only is it one of the city's busiest streets, but it's also listed in the top 10 places for car crashes to occur.
The goal really is just to get people to slow down. Ultimately, and if we sit out here for 20 minutes or 30 minutes or 2 hours and we don't write a single speeding ticket because everybody's going the speed limit, then we've still met our goal.
Today, officers from all of Greensboro's precincts will be on the lookout for speeders and aggressive drivers, and they'll be handing out citations to remind people to just slow down.
Parents and children have one more day to get that Tdap vaccination. Tomorrow's the deadline. Any 6th graders who don't have up-to-date medical records may not be allowed to return to school. More than 500 students in Guilford County alone have yet to provide a record of receiving the Tdap. Now, that vaccination prevents 3 serious diseases, including tetanus. You can get the vaccine at your family physician's office or the public health department.
And starting today, the Forsyth County Health Department will begin offering seasonal flu shots. These shots are free and they are available to anyone, including people who don't live in the county. From now until October 13th, flu shot clinics will be held every Tuesday. All you have to do is show up at the Health Department on Highland Avenue in Winston-Salem. You don't have to make an appointment.
Parts of the southeast have been hit with some pretty heavy rain over the past couple of days. State officials in Georgia are advising people who work in the metro Atlanta area just to stay home today. Construction crews are trying to repair some damaged roads there. So far, 6 people are reported to have died in the storms. Some areas of that state have got more than 20 inches of rain since last Friday alone.